Unigamer.
Hey beautiful people, it's Antoinette with Unigamer, and today I've got details on The Last of Us Part 2. It was hard for us to control our excitement after Naughty Dog made the announcement that they'd be bringing us a sequel to the groundbreaking title The Last of Us. Coming from the developers of the famed Unchartered series, The Last of Us was a true masterpiece. Getting to know the story of Joel and Ellie, told through one of the most immersive narratives we've had the pleasure of playing through, was a stunning experience. The game managed to tell a compelling story while defining new standards in what a game could be. As a PlayStation exclusive, it definitely made some PC-loving members of our team give PlayStation another look, which is an achievement in itself. As information started coming in about The Last of Us 2, we were really intrigued to see the direction that the storyline would take for Ellie. With the first part tackling the issue of safely navigating a post-apocalyptic America, the first edition was influential in the way it tackled the challenge of protecting the ones we love. One of the most positive aspects of the game was announced early on when we learned that the plot would introduce a relationship between the two female main characters, showing a much-needed sign in the gaming world.
Wait, how did you get the scar?
I fell on my knife.
The storyline of this sequel focuses on the story of Ellie, now in a relatively safe habitat in Wyoming. The beginning of the game reflects the positive life that she has created for herself while still struggling with the protective nature of Joel. Life almost seems monotonous, aside from the occasional strolls to battle monsters. Eventually, she decides to head to Seattle to get vengeance. The beginning of the game feels like a continuation of the previous game with improved graphics and the same treacherous gameplay. The game is a third-person action game that sets an adventurous premise in a perilous world. The buildings in Seattle are filled with zombie-like creatures. Everything feels dangerous and unpredictable. A significant element of gameplay is the need for stealth and tactical movement. These creatures rely on sound and will stop at nothing to hunt you down. With all the disarray, the city faces a war between two different factions, a military organization and a religious one. The clash between the two puts a burden on Ellie's mindset in the midst of everything that's happening. The bulk of the game is filled with violence and turmoil. It definitely can feel stressful at times to deal with the violent acts required to progress in this game.
Don't make a fucking sound.
Fending off a woman with a knife was definitely one of the toughest aspects of the whole experience.
You know a girl named Nora? Sure.
Occasionally, the game made us question why we were even attempting to push through and complete it.
They're clearing out the upper floors.
Yet honestly, we are glad that we persisted onward because those challenging aspects of the game contributed to shaping an impactful experience for us. The Last of Us Part 2 struggles with different aspects of violence while exploring the impacts and consequences such violence can unleash on the community and the people around it. The game certainly feels like a much more polished version of its previous iteration, with a similar undertone of Uncharted 4's Nathan Drake.
Hang on.
The signature impact of the developer is present all throughout the game, from the interaction mechanics to other game areas. As I said before, stealth is important in this game, with gritty action and bouts of violence adding to the suspense. The experience certainly attempts to add to the scariness of monsters with added sound effects and improved graphics. However, battling them feels easier than dealing with the impacts the violence has on others. The Last of Us 2 reflects this toll on Ellie with the scars that she has all over her body by the end. She definitely transforms from the once curious teen she was into a conflicted character. What once started as a story to unleash revenge ends up transforming Ellie as a person by the time the story's finished. We don't want to dip into any spoiler territory, but the experience of observing Ellie's transition is one of the best parts of the game. Even though the game tells a great story, there are some minor flaws when it comes to cutscenes and emotional reactions from the characters. The immersive nature of the game adds to the realness of it, with characters even referring to the actual names of the individual non-playing characters. As a package, the game offers a truly powerful experience. By the time we were done, we couldn't help but wonder about further mysterious and missing plots. Yet we can definitely say that the ending came as a satisfying finish. We advise checking out The Last of Us 2. Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Unigamer on YouTube. We also love hearing from you, so let us know your thoughts in the comments. We're excited to bring you more fun gamer updates in the next video. Stay tuned!